Girbeagly!
Hey there guys and gals, it's Girbeagly with another episode of Gaming with Girbeagly, and I'm once again playing another random one-shot from over on Itch.io. This is a game called Fuzzy, and this is a game that I actually saw my good friend Ethan, or Crank Gameplays, playing on his channel. I didn't watch his video, but I know that any game that he's picked up typically is pretty interesting in some kind of way or entertaining in some kind of way. But this game is really weird looking. Apparently, you control a car and you're put into ethically questionable situations where you have to decide what the lesser of two evils is. It's less of a game and it's more along the lines of like, would you rather, where I have to choose, do I want to hit a child or would I rather get into a head-on collision with another car? Things like that. Really weird, really heavy shit. But anyway, let's go ahead, let's start Fuzzy, and let's see what I go along with here. Okay, so here I am, driving along. Oh, that's a really interesting effect, the way that the level populates. It sort of like folds out like it's on a conveyor belt. Okay, so my choices are van overtaking, punish irresponsible behavior. So this van is in the wrong lane there on the right side, and they're trying to pass this car when it's probably not like a passing area. Car in the other lane, prioritize driver's safety. Or do not choose. So I could punish the irresponsible behavior by smacking into the van and sparing the person who is driving properly. Now, knowing me, in this situation, I'd probably just drive off the road. I'd drive onto the shoulder there or something like that, avoid the van and the other car. But I'm assuming that this is the type of situation where you don't have that much time to be able to react. So I can also choose to not choose at all, in which case I don't know if it, like what that does, if it just plays out in a smart as possible manner or something. But I think in this particular case, I'm going to punish the irresponsible driver. Yeah, it's head on, but so would hitting the other car that's in the right lane. I mean, that could be something where I would be endangering the life of that driver as well. Like, if I'm gonna go, I might as well take this douchebag with me. That's kind of fucked up to say, but I think that is like morally probably the better choice here. I don't know if you can call it moral. Like, the other person stopped. See, the person I didn't hit, they stopped their car because they were like, hey, holy crap, we're gonna get out of our car and probably help these people. So 16% of people didn't choose at all. I want to kind of see what happens if I don't choose in that. 35% of people hit the car on the other lane, and 49% of people hit the van overtaking. So 49% of people, it looks like there were 5,000 answers on this question, 5,085 answers, and 2,493 people had the same logical thought as me of like, hey, that guy shouldn't be passing there. We'll ram into him instead of ramming into the person who's actually driving the way that they're supposed to. So let's respond again, though. I want to respond again just to see what would happen if we don't do anything in this particular case. So bam. Oh, man. So we still hit the van person who's a giant douche. So there's no like turning off the road or anything like that. Or maybe there is. I don't know. Maybe in future scenarios that will happen. Anyway, let's move along. I like this. This is really interesting. Oh, gosh. There's a person walking. Oh my goodness. Okay, so person crossing the street, prioritize driver safety or punish irresponsible behavior. So, okay, so the driver's safety would be prioritizing my own safety instead of hitting a big, giant, half-ton metal car moving at me by swerving into the other lane to avoid the person, which could potentially kill me. I'm just gonna bulldoze over this person who is walking out into the street without looking. Then again, I think when it comes down to it, just the type of person that I am, I'd rather go into the car in the other lane, take into account vehicle protection levels. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that because cars are not built to crash, they're built to drive, but they are built with safety regulations in mind. They typically have a pretty strong steel frame. They typically are built to sustain some type of impact in some capacity. So I feel like because we're changing our direction and acceleration so suddenly, we're not going to have as much time to build up speed, so maybe when we hit this car in the other lane, it's not going to risk our lives or the life of the other driver quite as much. Whereas if I just hit a person, you know, people are just soft and squishy bags of flesh and organs and stuff. I would just absolutely eradicate that person. So I think I'm going to swerve into the other lane, save this person's life. Hopefully it reminds them, maybe I should look both ways before crossing the street. 11% did not choose. 29% of people just murdered the person crossing the street. 60% of people hit the car in the other lane. So I'm in the majority on that one. I feel like a lot of the times people are going to prioritize the choice that kills the least number of people doing, you know, absolutely nothing. So, oh God, there's so many people here. So crowd crossing the street, we could run into them, punish irresponsible behavior because that crowd wasn't looking, or person crossing the street, prefer fewer people in danger. Oh God. So like, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't here. I have to murder somebody is basically what this is saying. Oh my God. Really, game? I had a feeling it was going to throw me into some sort of intense moral dilemma like this at some point, but I didn't think it was going to be this early on. And I don't know if this is like sort of being procedurally generated or randomly generated. I mean, if this is something that just has like a bunch of random scenarios that it mashes together, or if there's actually any sort of progression in this game. But God, this is a tough one. So I think even though the crowd is doing something irresponsible and the guy who's crossing the street is clearly someone who, it's a little bit risky because like you see there, he's barely across the street. He's barely going to get out of the way of my car if I were to just keep driving forward. But it's one person's life versus multiple people's lives. That's horrible to say because you can't put a true value on anyone's life, but that also means that I'm just killing less people. So prefer fewer people in danger. I guess I'll hit him. I'm sorry, dude. Oh God, he went totally stiff. It was instant rigor mortis. Oh, so 16% of people were just like, nope, not gonna choose. Whatever happens, happens. We're just gonna murder wherever my car goes. 24% hit the crowd, and then 60% prioritize just killing one person versus killing a number of people. And hopefully all those people attend the funeral of the guy I just hit because they're responsible for being dumb assholes. Oh boy. All right. This game is wild. Holy crap. What is happening here? So, all right, my light was green, but the person who just went through the intersection, their light was red. What an asshole. This is a thing, this is like not even a pet peeve. This is just something that actually pisses me off. People who are irresponsible drivers. People who are like, yeah, I'm in this giant hunk of very heavy, very fast metal. I'm not going to care about anyone else on the road. I'm not going to care about pedestrians. I'm not going to care about motorcyclists. I'm not going to care about other people driving cars or trucks or SUVs or whatever. I'm just gonna be in my own world and be an asshole. Like, you are basically driving a giant, like what could be considered a giant weapon. You're driving a huge missile, essentially. So, like, just be responsible. Take care to look at your surroundings. Like, I get occasionally getting distracted or like if you're, God forbid, you're like really tired and trying to drive. I've been there as well, but if you're really tired and trying to drive, like pull over on the side of the road, take a 5-minute nap. Just do something that, you know, you're not putting other people in danger as much. Anyway, ran aside, we have car running the red light, punish irresponsible behavior, take into account vehicle protection levels. Yeah, okay, those both sound like good things. Or person on the sidewalk, prioritize driver safety. Me, I'm taking into account the fact that I'm in a giant steel cage, and if I T-bone this douchebag who's running the red light, then insurance is probably gonna side with me on that one also. Hopefully we don't kill anyone in the scenario. Hopefully when I hit this guy who's running the red light, his car doesn't skid into the person waiting to cross the street responsibly there. I don't know. We're gonna just hit the car because I think there's a lower chance of us killing anyone by doing so. Bam. Yeah, we even hit him in the back. We hit him in the back tire. We didn't even hit him like in the driver's side, like where his door was. So that's fine. And the car didn't skid into the pedestrian. So all of that's good. And like I said, because we're both protected as drivers in our steel cages, that person on the sidewalk didn't get turned into toothpaste. So we have 9% who did not choose, 16% of people hit the person on the sidewalk. God, you people. And 75% hit the douchebag exhibiting irresponsible behavior, and also took into account the fact that we have cars. Okay, that could protect us in a crash. We got airbags, you know, we're in a big metal cage, etc., etc. So we have crowd crossing the street, prioritize driver safety, punish irresponsible behavior because the crowd, I'm assuming, is not looking and they're not, you know, crossing the street at the proper time. But at the same time, that means we have to hit this car in the other lane, which would prefer fewer people in danger, and it would take into account vehicle protection levels, but that person's also innocent. They're just trying to drive along, going la-di-da-di-da, I'm driving as I should be. I don't expect to get absolutely annihilated by another car that's swerving out of the way of people. But once again, when it comes down to it, I think I'm the type of person who, I'm not even saying that I'm like risking my life over the lives of like the people who aren't in cars. It's more of, a situation where I think in the car on car scenario, there's just a lower chance of people being killed in general. So whereas like these people crossing the street, yeah, they're idiots, but they're also not going to survive if I run over them with a very heavy vehicle going very fast. So we're gonna hit that other car. 67% of other people hit that car in the other lane as well. 9% didn't choose, and 24% hit that crowd because they were like, screw those irresponsible douchebags. They're idiots. They should have had a car when they were crossing the street. God, what morons. All right, another scenario here. I don't know if I'm gonna do too many more of these because it does feel like it's just randomly generating scenarios where it's throwing sort of like these same familiar scenarios in together over and over again. So I think that I'll probably end it here after a couple of these, but this is really interesting, and you guys obviously are getting maybe a better read on my morality as well. Hopefully it doesn't seem like evil or apathetic or anything like that. I'm just trying to make the best decisions as I can. And obviously this doesn't emulate real life. Like, you don't know what's gonna happen when you're completely pumped full of adrenaline and you're trying to react in a split second when you're behind the wheel. Different things could happen. I'd like to think that I would make these types of choices if I were in these scenarios, but who can tell? Hopefully I'm never in a situation where I have to make this choice consciously or even unconsciously by, you know, turning the wheel real quick. Anyway, car running red light. Punish irresponsible behavior. Prefer fewer people in danger. Take into account vehicle protection levels. Those are all actually like good things. Or I can hit the crowd on the sidewalk who are just waiting innocently. Now we're gonna smash this stupid douchebag again, who's T-boned, or who deserves to be T-boned because he's running the red light. What an asshole. Stop running red lights, you idiot head. All right, so here we are driving along. The child is crossing. Oh no, a kid. Oh, I can't run over a child. I don't even have to think about this one. We're gonna prioritize the child safety. Yeah, it's irresponsible behavior on the child. And yes, their parents should probably be teaching them like, yeah, make sure that you look both ways before we're crossing the road, little Johnny. Don't chase balls into the road if you accidentally kick them in there, something like that. But they're kids, they're stupid. They don't fucking know yet. When they get older, hopefully they learn. Hopefully they have better survival instincts, but they're basically just stupid. So we're gonna hit the car in the other lane here. God, that kid still almost got hit by the front of my car when it bounced off. Oh gosh. 74%, we're still in the majority on that one. 19% of people just mowed down a kid though. Holy crap. All right. Oh my God. Oh, now the game's throwing some crazy stuff at me. I can either hit this dog. Oh, the cute little doggo. No. Where I can prioritize my driver's safety or prioritize people safety over animals. No, dogs are too pure for this world. We don't deserve dogs. I value dogs over people a lot of the time because people can be real shit and dogs normally are pretty great. So I'm going to prioritize this dog safety. I'm gonna smack into this other vehicle and hope our airbags work out real well for us because there's no way in heck that I'm running over this little poochie. 56%. See, that one's a little bit more split. We got 35% versus 56% there. Some people were like, it's just a dog. How dare you? How fucking dare you? Oh gosh. All right, I think I'm gonna make this one the last one here. We're gonna punish irresponsible behavior by running over this person, or are we going to crash into a wall? I feel like crashing into the wall, that only puts me in danger really, instead of like just smearing the road with this dude who's an idiot, but at the same time, he doesn't really deserve to die. I don't think he deserves to die. So we'll hit the wall and hopefully we hit it in such a way that maybe we just get like a minor concussion or something like that. Yeah, the wall, I mean, cause they can, you know, they can fix a wall, they can fix a car, they can take me to the hospital, but me hitting a dude who doesn't have a car surrounding him, it's gonna be a horrible thing. Oh, I said that was gonna be the last one, but let's do this one at least. This is, again, car running a red light and a child. I'm always gonna just T-bone the person running the red light. I'm never gonna, like, swerve off the road and absolutely annihilate a child. That just seems like an awful, awful thing. That's a no-brainer one to me. So there we have it. It looks like 83% of people agreed with me on that one. We punished the irresponsible behavior. It makes it sound like we're being a vigilante, like, oh, that person ran the red light, time to accelerate and like run into the side of them. It's really, really goofy. I like this a lot though. This is really interesting. It definitely is cool to see what other people's answers were on these questions, and it's cool to see what sort of scenarios the random generation of this game comes up with. If you guys want to try this out yourselves, I'll leave a link down below in the description. Obviously something that's really easy to get into. really kind of a cool game. Very neat concept here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video of me playing this game though. If you did, please be sure to hit the like button, share the video and favorite it. Also be sure to subscribe to me if you guys haven't already. For those of you who have, thank you so much for all of your support. You guys are the best in the world. I love every single one of you, and as always, it was great seeing ya. Bye-bye.
Girbeagly.